State. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina. And I want to share with you the best article that's ever been written. Journalism still exists. British Vogue published on October 29th. This article, the title, is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing Now?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, it's true. And you know, everybody feels it. I feel like every straight person, if we're talking about heterosexual relationships, right?
Yes.
I feel like every straight woman is like a little embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know, that you're just like, oh,
it is
really?
Is definitely not on trend to be partnered up right now. Single is the vibe. Single is cool. Single girls are aspirational, which is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually really kind of revolutionary. When you think about it.
It is amazing. It's, look, happy to be on trend. That feels lovely. However, I feel like
this is actually why I'm doing it. I just really want to be so trendy right now.
Oh God. I really do feel like it is a trend though that is born of necessity, because it's just like, man, so many, hashtag not all, but so many straight men are so embarrassing.
So
and
embarrassing.
So the alternative is just to be like, you know what? I'm good over here.
Exactly. Yep.
I see that stuff all the time on TikTok where like a man will be expressing a bad opinion, and in the comments it's just like, men aren't lonely enough.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
100%. Yeah.
to be talking like this out here with your chest out on the internet. No.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's so apparent to me. So my TikTok FYP is there's a little bit of AI and robotics stuff on it, because that stuff is fascinating and also terrifying to me. And so there was like a show, I guess, in LA or somewhere this week where they were doing very realistic female robots that and the comments on these TikTok videos, when you open them up, I feel like it's the only place where I get to see the other side, you know, because the rest of my TikTok FYP is extremely curated, but these AI posts, some of the comments were like, oh, they choose the bear, but I choose, you know, this robot or whatever.
Thank
and
you.
It's like,
I hope you do. I really hope you do.
Okay.
Because a man like that should not be with a human woman.
True.
Okay. Don't put a human woman through that trauma. All right. You're just gonna like fuck somebody up. Just, you know, and it's a double-edged sword. When we've talked about this in terms of AI girlfriends, AI partners, AI sex bots, whatever. It is a double-edged sword, because we also don't want to normalize just treating virtual women like shit, because that will definitely translate into the real world.
There's a company that's already doing it, and they have like submission settings and consent settings.
That is so fucking disgusting. Why was I born in this time, in this timeline? You know what I mean? Like, everything is so scary. I feel like every new piece of information I hear makes me want to divorce myself from society.
Well,
further.
and it's just like, I don't get it, because it's also so cringe too. And I'm like, why would you say that or type that on the internet?
You embarrassed?
Like, aren't you embarrassed?
Not. That's the thing. They're not embarrassed. That's the problem. Women are embarrassed.
We
like,
are.
Just like, I am so upset that I'm attracted to this.
I know.
Like, for real?
I know.
Like, oh my God. I mean, and of course, I have met men who I think are lovely and charming. Although I will say this, I think because I never really did a real like announcement, you know, I did on this podcast very briefly, but never like publicly or anything. And so I think that the internet is just starting to catch up, and I've made my Instagram private, which highly recommend. But like, I still think that the internet, for me, my personal internet, is just starting to catch up to the fact that I'm single. And man, my DMs lately, not bad. It's not been bad stuff. It's not been like gross stuff or anything. It's just like, they're there. Yeah. Hey, girl. The men have arrived in my DMs lately, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like in freeze.
Yeah. She's like, forget fight or flight. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I stand really still, will they know that I'm still here?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think that the divide between men and women has never felt more pronounced. I think I don't know what we do to come together anymore, because I don't feel like our priorities are the same. Like, I feel like for the majority of the women that I know, like, having a man in your life is about being additive. All of the women that I know, like, have great jobs, could do it on their own. So the partner that you want to be with should be adding some sort of value to your life, whether it's security, comfort, happiness, sharing the load equally, etc. But I just feel like that's not what men are looking for. Your typical men.
I don't know. And we have some men who listen to this podcast, and I have to assume are pretty great men, because
hell yeah,
they've been listening for a long time.
Yeah, we love our worsty dudes.
Yeah. So they probably can't speak for the type of men that we are talking about, but I don't know. Give your opinion. What do you think? Your guy friends, the people in your, what are they looking for in a relationship with a woman? Because that's how I feel. I'm like, there are certain things. You know what I miss? I miss someone bringing me coffee so I don't have to get up if I have a cat on my lap. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is definitely in the pro column. So yeah.
But that is exactly right. Like, I feel like it needs to be something that's going to be life is hard enough. If it's going to cause more stress or labor or whatever else to my life, why would I want to engage in that? Like, I can if I can manage it myself, and I can. So what's the point? But for men, I do feel like for a lot of these men, it is about having someone to take care of them. They just want someone.
Well, married men live longer, and married women do not. So, and I feel like there's something to say. Single women live longer and are happier. So that's
because I also find
stat.
That like women are so much more supportive of each other. If I need something at this stage in my life, I'm calling a woman.
Oh yeah, 100%.
To help me with it. You know what I mean? Like, I do feel like women do show up in ways for each other,
because we also don't expect something in return. For
also,
and
it's not transactional. Yeah,
exactly.
Or the thing that we expect in return is reciprocal friendship. Like, it's exactly, like you will give me a ride to LAX, I would give you a ride to LAX. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's what friendship is.
Yeah,
like,
I don't expect you to give me a blowy on the way to the fucking LAX.
The other thing that I saw on TikTok too was there's a lot of married women talking about why do their husbands feel ownership of their body and like will come up and grab their ass or grab their tits or like basically SA them. I'm not joking. I wish that was the case, but there's like tons of married women who let their husbands paw at them and don't like it, but don't say anything about it. And I'm like, what?
Why? Yeah, that's
Why?
weird.
It's so terrible to live basically with a predator. I'm like, I have to dig more into it to see if that's the thing. But like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, I feel like there are playful relationships where people are very like tactile and playful with each other. You know, and if that's the case and it's something that both parties engage in and enjoy, then I think that that's fine. But if it is a situation where it's like, I do not like this. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, first of all, they shouldn't feel the right to do that in the first place. But second of all, you got to say, like, I don't. That makes me really uncomfortable, actually. Like,
yeah, and here's the thing. Eric and I have a very playful relationship and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel comfortable enough to be like, oh, I'm just like not in that headspace right now.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I
That's
don't have to worry that you know what I mean? Like,
he's
it
gonna
doesn't
lash
mean I don't
out
love-
or
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
That's probably what
I
it
guess
is.
consequential. Yeah, or like there's going to be some kind of consequence to not.
I guess
being okay
there's
with
a
that.
bunch of women who are in marriages where they cannot say that without then the husband sulking, getting butthurt. And
I mean, even in like when you watch like Everybody Loves Raymond, like even these like playful sitcom shows, and it's done in a very like tongue-in-cheek, very playful way, but you'll see it even then if the wife is like, I have a headache or I'm tired or whatever, then the husband like sulks and pouts, and it's done in this kind of like harmless, silly, court jestery kind of way. But I think it can translate into real life of men feeling like they can pout or get upset or be passive aggressive or whatever if a woman doesn't want to be touched or she's not in the mood to have sex or fucking whatever.
Yeah, you know what? Get the fuck out of here.
what an ick.
What an
What an
I
ick.
can't imagine being
a
with
grown man pouting
Fucking
is
gross.
one of the worst. Like, it truly is.
It
Like,
is. It's the biggest ick, I think. If I had
What
to
a
give my
turn off.
biggest ick, like, what are you, 3?
Yeah.
3 years
Yeah.
old? Are you
yeah.
baby?
Way. Yeah, no, grow the fuck. This is why I had to be with a Capricorn man. Because I'll tell you right now,
also,
I
it's
could
just
not
like,
fuck
what-
with any of these fucking baby
what
man
do these
childs.
men do? Maybe I don't want to know, but it's just like, what do you do when you're single? Like, if she doesn't want to have sex tonight,
Mom.
you
Ew,
got
no, oh,
you
no,
got a
that.
fucking hand.
No, sorry, I thought you were going with that. That's gross. Never mind.
No, I'm talking sexually.
Yeah.
Sexually. No, like, you just like, look, I personally, as a woman, I wouldn't be offended if I was like, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood, I don't want to have sex. If you still are feeling horny, then, you know, you can go do what you need to do and come back to bed. I wouldn't be offended by that. I'd be like, that's
either.
fine. Just leave me alone. I'm just here with my book.
Yeah. But it just breaks my heart, like people that are in not just serious relationships, but marriages where you feel like you are not in control of your own body, your bodily autonomy and everything. Like you're being pawed at when you don't want to be. It just breaks my heart.
Well, and this is why
why would you want to live like this?
They don't. Like, this is why women specifically want to be single. Like, a lot of women want to be single because it does feel like you are giving something up, like whether that's your bodily autonomy or, you know, your financial freedom or whatever else it is. It's just, for a lot of people, it is just easier to be alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadly.
Speaking of people touching people inappropriately, though, we have to talk about fucking Erica Kirk and JD Vance. What the fuck?
I don't like that.
We really do need to talk about that because we were saying before we started recording, I'm like, if somebody came up and hugged Eric like that, I would be rageful because it's so intimate. She put her hands on the nape of his neck through his hair.
I've never once. I've had lots of male friends. You know, one of my very, very best friends is a guy. Never ever have I hugged him like that. Like, it's very, very. Putting your fingers through someone's hair, in their scalp. Like,
I know.
That is so intimate.
It's so intimate.
You would never, I would feel so icked out if
honestly,
I don't want to know what Chris or Eric's scalp feels like. That is so fucking gross to me.
It weirds me out.
Yeah, me too.
That
Get
is
your fucking hands out of my husband's hair. It's so fucking weird.
So weird. Yeah,
that is a lover's touch.
Yeah, and
that is a lover's touch.
While she's doing that, he's got his hands on like her lower waist. Like it's like. I think she was wearing leather pants, which for some reason just makes it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You know, when I mourn, I also like to put on a pair of... Dude, oh my God. That whole situation is so creepy, so ick, so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that made me think of like, what are the rules for hugging a married man? Like, what
Usha is probably like, take him.
You know what?
So, you know what I mean? You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, that's fine.
Yeah.
What are the rules for hugging a married man or hugging like a male friend? I don't know. I mean,
it's a slap on the back.
It's shoulder. It's a
tap,
pat.
Tap, tap, tap. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I think I'm
on
a
the shoulders. That's
three
it.
tapper. That's it.
And
Time for 3 taps, and then you're out.
Boop.
Longer than 3 taps, you're lingering.
I think I've given like goodbye hugs to male friends where it's just like a one squeeze and then a walk away kind of thing.
That's also appropriate. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I rule in your favor.
I will say, Christina, if you were really upset or you were going through something really awful and you hugged Chris for like a good minute, as long as it was just like still just in those
shoulders,
position, shoulders, just shoulders. And you held on for a minute, only because I know too that you guys have
known
a
each
long
other for
relationship.
Yeah,
exactly.
I will say, and Thomas edits our episodes, but whenever I was going through something and I was like kind of having a really tough time, he gave me a hug, and it was a comforting hug, but it was like
different.
It was also like from the side, kind of.
Yes,
but it was like a nice little squeeze.
You sure didn't run your fingers through his hair. And I'll tell you, I wasn't there, but I know for a fact that his hands were not on your
waist.
Waist.
Also, his wife was there, so.
Could you imagine though if that was happening and you ran your fingers through his hair? Like, can you even imagine yourself doing that?
I don't want to.
And look, we love Thomas, but that's so inappropriate.
It is.
How can you think that that's
inappropriate?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Fuck.
Oh my God. Well, having a boyfriend is very embarrassing. I rule. I need a gavel. I really need a gavel.
And you know what's funny is like most women that I know who are single, they want companionship, but they don't want a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Do you know? Yeah. They're like, it's rough out here, man. It's rough.
Yeah.
Well, there is a new robot, Neo. It's like, I don't know, it's like around 5'5", and it's like $20,000, but it'll like load your dishwasher or whatever.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
I'm like, that might end up being a good alternative. I'm keeping my eye on that.
Load your dishwasher.
I got sent something
Is that
from
a euphemism? I want this to be the name of the episode. Load your dishwasher.
I'll load your dishwasher. Talk dirty to me. If it takes out the trash, we got a deal.
Hey. Does it do taxes too? Because that would be fuck men.
My neighbor sent me something, and it's like a trend for really wealthy women in China, where you can have you seen
rent.
This?
Yes,
yes. You can rent, like, they're very good looking men. I'll send you the video, and you can rent them to come over and do those things for you. Like they basically are like male housekeepers, but they kind of fill the role of a boyfriend that you can just like have come in, do those things for you.
See, I think this is, you can't, this is false advertising, first of all. To call them a boyfriend, that would mean they'd have to come over, sit on the couch, and play video games and do absolutely nothing to contribute to the household. So, and still pay them. Like, so you can't call them that. I feel like you have to call them.
Gotta be another word for it.
Yeah. What's a better word for boyfriends?
Domestic help, I believe is the name of them. What it's called. Domestic helper. Yeah.
Boyfriends need a rebrand. We need to rebrand.
Okay.
Like, let's think on that. Maybe we can talk about it in the next episode, what we think a good rebrand for a boyfriend would be. New name, everything. Like, I'll get on Canva to see if we can't make some logos.
And all the good boyfriends out there, because they do exist. Like all the good, helpful, like boyfriends, husbands, partners, they can just transition over.
Yeah,
they're just gonna move away. They're gonna leave the boyfriend term to all the shitty guys, and they're gonna transition over to this new thing that we come up with, and then we'll know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
I think we call them man.
Just man.
Well,
Just grown ass man.
grown ass man. Gam.
We got. I got myself a gam.
I got myself a gam. I got a gam.
Uh-oh. That sounds like you're giving a head without your teeth in.
Oh, gross.
I got me
Just
a gam.
Just gumming it.
I wonder what that feels like.
Let's never call it gam again.
We're on
gam.
Just gam.
Just gam.
We're gonna workshop it. You know what? I think we need to spend some time with it.
No bad ideas in a brainstorm, folks.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, all right. It's Scorpio season, so let's do our fuck, marry, kill with our Scorpios.
Okay.
I did a little cursory search here. I found. Okay. I feel like we've gone through a lot of these people in these cycles.
We've done a handful of these before. You know? So we've done Frank Ocean before. We've done Tracy Ellis Ross before.
Of course, yeah.
These are some great primo Scorpios here.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do Gerard Butler because I was reminded how hot he was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know who I'm going to do? I'm going to do Penn Badgley.
Okay.
Hey, you know, if we wanted to be
it's his birthday,
bigger podcast, we just get him to dance on TikToks with us.
Oh yeah. Why didn't I think about that?
God. Yeah. God.
You know what? I'm going to
so niche and so inside baseball, that comment.
I know.
That's an inside joke.
Very inside joke. You know what? I am going to do Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I almost said Rufus Sewell because the two of them very much remind me of each
Also
other.
hot.
They are both.
Rufus Sewell is so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of. They
Rufus
look so much
looks
like me.
like a Scorpio to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah.
So does Joaquin, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Who were you guys again?
Penn Badgley.
Okay.
And who'd you pick, Cassie?
Oh shit, I can't remember. Hold on. Dude.
Perimenopause, brain fog is the winner.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gerard Butler, Penn Badgley, and Joaquin.
Huh. I think this is a tough one, you guys.
Wow.
Because I feel like
I know what I'm going to do.
all three of them are going to break your heart.
Oh, yeah.
In different ways.
In different ways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, you go.
I'm going to marry Joaquin Phoenix.
I knew it.
I am.
Okay.
I am. It is not the right choice for me.
No.
We are not going to be good together. The sex, fantastic.
Yeah.
I know it.
I think so.
know this in my heart.
Yeah.
Will be incredible. The chemistry, palpable. Very
Scorpios are like rated like top 3 sex.
Speaking of, read that book, Cass?
Yeah.
And for those that didn't listen last week, Cassie's recommendation, Falling for My Enemy, by Claire Kingsley. I read it. It was so cute. Loved it. And also very spicy scenes. Loved that. That is what it's going to be like. That's what it's going to be like. That is what it's going to be like between me and Joaquin.
Yeah.
Very dark, awkward people that struggle to communicate feelings, I think.
You're not going to laugh a lot, I don't think. No, it's going to be pretty serious in that relationship.
Right. And that'll be its downfall. Truly, I should marry probably a Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little sillier.
But I'm going to fuck him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got like big man hands. He's
Yeah.
got gam energy.
Oh, there's something about Gerard Butler that is so... Okay, there's a silliness with both Gerard Butler and Penn Badgley. There's a little bit of a silliness there.
But Penn Badgley's is more of a little boy's silliness.
His is more boyish. His is more boyish. But Gerard Butler's silliness, it also extends to the roles that he takes. Like, because he was like set to be this like huge star. And then he started taking like weird, kind of silly, almost movie action hero roles.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm like, great. Like, I don't need you to be you don't need to win an Oscar for me to impress me. That's fine. So, and I think that he will be a lot of fun.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah. I think he'll be fun. Oh God.
I know what I'm going to do for sure.
You go, because this is tough for me.
Okay. I'm going to marry Gerard Butler because I like to make good decisions in life. And I
sometimes do, but not often.
Yeah. No, listen. Hey, Christina, here's some good news. We don't have to go follow through with this. That's not binding. It's not binding. I'm going to marry Gerard Butler because I think he is silly, and I need someone who... Because I do think that Scorpios for a water sign can be fairly serious. And I think that's what you're going to get with like a Joaquin. And I think Gerard Butler doesn't take himself very seriously. He very much can laugh at himself. Like he knows that like he does these kind of B-rolls and he laughs about it. Like it's very silly. Yeah. I love that.
I need more information. Like, yes, they're all three Scorpios, but it's very obvious that rising and moons are very different for all three of them.
I bet you Joaquin strikes me as somebody whose entire birth chart's on the internet. I'm gonna find out.
He also would not surprise me as being like water. Like
it wouldn't surprise me if he's like
Cancer.
A Scorpio.
He's got to have some sort of like air in there though too. I think
like an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, totally. Yes, you're so right. And then I'm gonna fuck Penn Badgley because you know why? He seems fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Oh yeah. He's gonna choke you just a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Cassie, I wish the listeners could have seen your response to that. It was like a schoolgirl. Like you just kicked your heels up.
Yeah.
Like,
He is.
Okay. So I have Gerard Butler's top three.
Okay.
So his sun is in Scorpio.
Okay.
His moon is Capricorn.
I love this.
And his rising sign is Libra.
Yeah. No, I made the right choice. I made the right choice.
I'm still looking for
I will say
Joaquin's rising, but his sun is Scorpio, his moon is Aries.
Ooh, yeah, I'm doomed.
Yeah.
I am doomed.
Yeah, that's I am so sorry. That is
Listen, I said at the top I knew I was making the wrong choice.
It's going to be good.
The heart wants what it wants.
Listen, you're going to get fucked raw. And you're going to enjoy it. You're
going to burn for it, but
yeah, you're going to be thinking about that fuck for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But,
Truly.
You know.
Oh, Joaquin. Okay. All right. Yeah. So sorry. Joaquin is a Scorpio sun, Aries moon, Scorpio rising.
Oh, Lord.
It's so intense.
No.
So intense.
Oh, I almost passed out.
I'm a little scared.
I'm wrapping myself up with my own arms. I'm like giving myself a personal hug. I can't.
Shout out to whatever lady is dealing with him right now. Good Lord.
Penn Badgley. So it's Penn.
Look, yeah. What's Penn? Okay, let's find out.
He's giving me like a little bit of fire too.
I can't find his
though, like a Sagittarius or something. You know,
maybe
what I mean?
like Leo. Scorpio, Leos known to be good and bad, but Leos can be very selfish as well. What am I talking about? I'm an Aries. Speaking of selfish.
No, not birthday. Birth chart.
Yeah. Let's see. I can find his sun and moon, but I can't find his rising.
You sometimes have to search exactly Oh, Jesus.
He is Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. I can't find his rising, though.
I'm going to find it. Hold on. Aquarius rising.
Oh, God.
Okay, and what was
And
Gerard?
that's why I just chose to fuck him, and that is it.
What was Gerard? I'm getting all the information before
Gerard was Scorpio sun. He was Capricorn moon. And he was a Libra rising.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a smart bet.
Okay.
He's Gam for sure.
Yeah, he's balanced. I am also a Capricorn moon, which could present some issues because we're going to process emotions possibly in a similar way.
Or that's a good thing, maybe.
But that could be good because then you would understand why that person, like you have a deep understanding.
Yeah, and him being a Libra rising and I'm a Taurus rising, I feel like we can balance each other out a little bit. All right, you know what? I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna marry Gerard Butler, like with the information, with the birth chart information.
What were you gonna do without the birth chart information? I'm more interested in that because I actually don't see it. Because I was
Gerard?
If I was
gonna pick Penn.
Yeah, I see it.
I was gonna pick Penn Badgley because he's so much fun. Like
I
just like
think
on
this is
online.
right. I think you should stick to your gut.
Okay, let's stick to my gut. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry Penn Badgley then. I just think that he is silly. I think he's hot.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't take himself too seriously. I think you can't go wrong. I think all three of these men are going to be fun in bed. I think they're good. All of them are going to be good in bed.
Scorpio. Of course they're going to be good in bed.
Yeah. He's going to make like silly little TikToks with you and stuff. And he's going to be patient with you when he's teaching you those TikTok dances. So I'm going to marry Penn Badgley. This is
for the podcast.
For the podcast. You know, or in life. I don't know. Call me. Do you have the hookup? I think he's married. I'm going to... I respect Joaquin Phoenix so much. Like, I think that
as an actor.
As an actor, as a person, like, he really does... stick to his guns on things. He's got the courage of his convictions about everything.
Oh my God.
Never misses an opportunity to say what's on his mind.
Would be fantastic. He could put on a British accent and disrespect me.
Gerard Butler's already going to do that to me. So
he doesn't even have to put it on. I mean,
that's
he
right.
Is he Scottish?
That's fucking right.
Right.
Yeah. Irish. Scottish.
I don't know. One or the other.
British.
So I do really, really like Joaquin Phoenix, but I do think even if we went on a date, I think the conversation would be really good, but I think we would both be a little sad afterwards. Like we're going to talk about the Sudan or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, so I think I'm going to fuck Gerard Butler.
You're going to have more fun. I feel this for you. I think you're making the right decision.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be we're going to have a little bit of a better time. And then I want to organize with Joaquin Phoenix. I want us to get together and write letters to our senator or whatever, but I can't.
I see you guys running a tea shop together, selling teas.
Joaquin?
Yeah. Just selling teas.
You know what? I think that would be nice for Joaquin. I think that would be really good for his nervous system if he had a tea shop.
He's telling people about the new oolong you just got in.
Yeah, and it's all going to be ethically sourced.
Of course it will be.
You know?
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
Have you tried this latest pu'er? It's good for ladies.
A really fun one. We do have a new patron. I think this might be a returning patron possibly, but Alyssa, thank you for joining us on Patreon. It is my turn to pick the book. I did finish Christina's book pick, so I'll have to get on Patreon and talk a little bit about that. But I am going to lay out 3 choices this week. So by the time this episode comes out, feel free to go on Patreon and vote for your favorite. I think I'm going to do one nonfiction pick, one literary fiction, and then maybe one thriller, mystery, horror or something. And you guys let us know what you would like to read for the month of November. But Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us on Patreon. We're so excited to have you.
Whoop. Well, you guys want to take 5 and come back with stories?
Yeah, sounds good.
And we're back. Okay, Christina, kick us off with stories.
Okay, so this person says, I met this guy on a dating app before. We'll call him Danny. He was really sweet, cute, and so my type. He was gentle and spoke really softly. I was head over heels for him, like 2 weeks, LOL. He was very open and honest with me about his heart. He said he was 3 months fresh out of a 7-year relationship in which he proposed to the girl,
No, it's
but
too soon.
she rejected him and she broke up with him. That should have been my sign to stop there.
Yeah, I'm going to pause right now and tell you 3 months out of a 7-year relationship where he proposed and got rejected, he hasn't worked through the things he needs to work through to be starting anything new yet.
That's not enough. Not enough time. Like, listen,
we all wish that we had somebody to tell us that?
Yeah, I'm not saying that he can't be dating or sleeping with people or whatever, but if you think this is going to be like the one,
and you're going to heal his heart, no, honey,
he needs therapy.
No, yeah. Come to find out, he wasn't as Christian as I thought. Living a Christian lifestyle is important to me, so staying celibate is the major thing for us, obviously. He was very indirect with his wording, but it was clear to me that he wasn't a virgin, and well, of course he wasn't a virgin. He was with somebody for 7 years and proposed to them, but whatever.
Right. Yeah, there's a reason why like that couple in your church got married after like
when they were like 18. Yeah.
So they could have sex.
Yeah. He stated he had a quote unquote routine with his girlfriend that he wanted to find a replacement for. Giant red flag that I was the rebound, and I still went on a second date. Second date rolls around and we're sitting in a kayak going down the river. It's the most beautiful day. It was fun. However, the date quickly grew scary for me as I'm stuck on the tandem kayak with him, and he starts to talk about his anger and frustration using words like, I would never kill anybody, but...
Nope.
No. I just sat there going, this is it. This guy's going to take out his anger on me and I'm going to die. Pretty much. He sounded so ticked off, but was so suppressive of it at the same time.
No, that's scarier.
No, bye.
Right?
Yeah. No. I knew I had to leave this guy quick. I would later confront him gently and bring up how his actions spoke that he was not over his previous relationship, and I felt like a rebound, and his behavior was making me uncomfortable. A few texts later, and he's a completely different person, manipulative and trying to make me think differently about everything. With my experiences growing up and my PTSD coming back, I quickly blocked him. I just think that's a good story to share, though, about the thing that got me is like, if you're dating somebody that's 3 months out of something like that, and
that's the
you're
red flag.
Like, you're hearing that anger and that kind of thing, that's not a good place to be in.
Specifically because he'd just been like, rejection doesn't feel good to anyone. Like, it doesn't feel good to anyone. And sometimes people process that in ways that are really unhealthy. And so if he's displaying a lot of anger, especially like towards you, towards women, no, he's got some stuff he needs to work through before he can.
Yeah.
Oof. Yikes.
Okay. I met this girl on Tinder who was very chatty and flirty online and arranged to meet for drinks and a meal. We met up and she arrived 30 minutes late. First red flag. The chatty and flirty person I'd been talking to just wasn't there at all. She had short, curt answers and was constantly on her phone. I felt like I was doing all the heavy lifting with the conversation. We sat at our table and we were about to order, and she leaned over and said, "Oh, you got this, right?" I'm not averse.
Right. It's presumptive.
It is. And he says, I'm not averse to paying for a first date, but to have it put so bluntly pissed me off considering how poor the conversation was. Yeah, because then it just feels like you're being used for something.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It'd be one thing if you knew it was going to go somewhere, maybe, or like as far as like you knew like there was a potential for
or
a
if it was
date
just
or whatever.
happening naturally, like you're talking and you're like, oh, do you want to get like, you know, an appetizer? Do you want to get, what do you think about this thing on the, you know, like, but just to not be paying attention to the person at all and then be like, you're paying for this, right?
Yeah, I don't like the approach.
It's rude.
Awful.
Yeah.
She proceeded to order the most expensive items on the menu and a large cocktail for herself, all while I was trying to make conversation and get to know her. When she was on her phone, I peered over and saw what she was doing. She was on Tinder right in front of me, messaging other guys on our first date.
No, that is so
disrespectful.
Cruel.
Yeah,
it's just cruel.
Yeah, very mean.
I would be. Can you imagine being on a date with a guy? Be kind like you've texted with them for a few days, and then like you're on the first date, and they're kind of being dismissive of you, and then you catch them on Tinder. Like, how much would that hurt your heart?
Punch. Yeah. It would. It might make me cry later that night when I'm thinking about it.
1,000. So it's like, why would that's just I think that's one of the meanest things I've ever heard.
Yeah. You know, we got a message, speaking of the men who listen to our podcast, we got a very nice email from a man who said that he really enjoyed our show, but sometimes it upsets him how bad the men behave. And I will say, the majority of our stories are usually women talking about men, but look, we got some women who it's like, who raised you? Like that is such rude behavior. Everything about this date is such who raised you behavior. I don't know. We got to bring some etiquette back. I saw red. I refused to be treated like that by anyone. I excused myself to go to the bathroom and surreptitiously whipped my jacket off the back of my chair while I was going. I went to our waiter and explained what had happened, and he was like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I paid for my drink and tipped him for being so helpful. I canceled my order, but told him to keep her order in place. He smiled and said, I know what you're doing. Good luck to you. And then I left. 15 minutes later, my phone was getting message after message from her asking where the hell I was, saying she didn't have her purse on her, etc. Who doesn't bring your purse with you? That is so presumptuous. I hope they take Apple Pay.
Yep.
I blocked her, went off to the pub and called a mate to meet me to rescue the night with beer and laughing over the situation. One of the worst, but definitely most memorable dates.
Oh my gosh.
Awful.
Yeah. Oh man. That's the thing though. Like, yes, we did talk about boyfriends being embarrassing at the top of this episode, but you know, in general, like, do you guys feel like human connection has taken a real gut punch since COVID?
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's getting worse.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it definitely has. I think it's getting worse. I think the combination of social media, lockdown, COVID, AI, all of these things are just contributing to the communication, connection between human beings being severed. And it's a very scary thing. And I do feel for our gams, right? I feel for like our guys who are genuinely trying to have good, just like we can't help being attracted to men, they can't help being attracted to women, and they're trying their best. They're out there trying their best. You know what I mean? And I do feel for them because like it's rough out there all over.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. Well, my story is, she says, I have 3 doozies in a row. The first seemed pretty decent. And if he had just stuck with beer, he probably would have been fine. But I'm a whiskey drinker, and he opted to join me. He got wasted and confessed he was 1, looking for an older woman to take care of him financially. 2, a very sensual lover, shouted slurringly in my ear, much to the amusement of the people next to us. I'm a very sensual lover.
Oh God. Why did that just make me like, that gave me like a coochie twinge? Like I clenched up.
Yeah.
If a man told me, like, spit in my ear that he was a very sensual lover, I'd be so turned off.
Gross.
Drunken whispers, gross. No.
And also just the word sensual lover, I don't need. That makes me feel like we're in like a 1970s porno or something. You know,
feels like Will Ferrell in the hot tub.
Yes, exactly.
With Rachel Dratch.
Yeah, it feels like there's going to be baby oil involved, and I don't want any part of that.
100% gross. 3, he was desperate to have children very soon.
No.
Weird. I hate this.
Not hot.
No. You should have stuck with beer, sir. Whiskey was not for you, for sure. The second guy took me to a party and sort of ditched me with a group of his friends who were very nice and all poly. I learned quite a bit about their lifestyle, which was interesting. But every time I glanced up, he was watching me intently, but like hiding behind posts and creeping around corners.
Why?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Her date like left her
with his friends.
But he was still there.
And
he was just like, he's just spying to see if she's into it. He's gauging her reaction.
I just see that guy hiding behind the tree, like.
Kim Kardashian looking around the bush.
What are you thinking? Oh, God. When I finally approached to say goodnight after having had zero interaction with him, he launched into this thing about how he needed to be sure I would be down with his lifestyle.
Oh,
he was just on that one.
Oh my goodness.
The last one, unfortunately, got fired that day and really should have canceled. When he found out.
Oh, it's not funny, but oh my God.
It is.
That's
it's
so fucking
just like, oh God.
Really, dude?
No,
we've all been there, though. I feel like we've all been there where we're like, we're having a bad time, but we're like, we're going to push through. It's going to be fine. We're just going to put on a happy face. We're going to push through. And then you realize like, oh, I should have canceled and stayed home.
This was too much. This was
too much pressure. When he found out my job sucking the corporate American tea all the way to the bank, he just lost his shit. I mean, I would have been insulted, but it was also amazing to see someone completely break with all social norms and just spew every insecurity for the whole pub to witness.
I have to say, I get him.
I get it.
You know,
I see you, King.
Baby. I do, but like not the time or place. Time and place. This was you should have gone out with your friends. You should have gone out with your friends.
American tea all the way to the bank.
It's so funny.
I paid his tab and scooted out of there. I felt really bad for that guy.
Yeah, he's having a rough time.
That is one of the best quotes I've ever heard. I'm literally going to keep that in my heart. Sucking the corporate American teat all the way to the bank. Oh, God. Late stage capitalism. Am I right?
End stage, baby.
Baby. Oh, my God. Well, you guys want to take 5 and come back with the Tainted Love?
Sounds good. And we're back. Go ahead, Christina. Tell us your Tainted Love.
Okay. Well, I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast before that I'm like super, super into genealogy and ancestry. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of one side of my family is from Massachusetts, Fall River, Massachusetts. And so I've always been like obsessed with Fall River, with the Lizzie Borden case, etc. Well, I was looking through on Ancestry. You can do, it's connected with like Find Your Grave, and you can find your ancestors' gravestones and like put pictures with them and everything. So I was looking in the Fall River Cemetery, and I happened upon this case that may or may not have inspired the Scarlet Letter.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're going to go. I love that you guys are such nerds like me. That makes me so happy.
Literary nerds. I know we're like,
Hester Prynne. Let's go. Okay. So on Friday, December 21st, 1832, the body of a young woman was found hanging from a cord tied to the roof of a haystack on the farm of John Durfee in the town of Tiverton, Rhode Island, just across the border from Fall River, Massachusetts. Durfee sent for the coroner, and when the news reached Fall River, local ministers and mill overseers hurried up to the scene to help identify the body. The Reverend Ira Bidwell recognized the girl as Sarah Maria Cornell, a member of his Methodist congregation. The identification was verified by John Smith, who was an overseer of a weaving room at the Fall River Manufactory where Sarah Cornell had worked. Sarah's doctor, Thomas Wilbur, also confirmed her identity and added that she was pregnant when she died. Dr. Wilbur speculated that she had possibly unalived herself in despair. And she had told him that the father of her unborn child was a married man. So coroners agree with his assessment. She was distraught of her sin and decided to end her life. And so she was hastily buried on a Saturday.
I love that they just completely circumstantial. They're just like, yeah, we're two men and we're going to decide that this is definitely what happened.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Like zip, zap, zop. That's what happened. But by Sunday, new evidence has come to light. They had gone to her house and her trunk and were going through her personal effects, and they find a penciled note which read, "If I should be missing, inquire of the Reverend Mr. Avery of Bristol. He will know where I am. December 20th, S.M. Cornell." So an anonymous letter was also found in her trunk requesting a meeting with her on December 20th. On closer inspection as well, the cord that had been used in her death did not indicate a suicide. The loop was so tight it couldn't be cut off without cutting her skin, but it was tied with a knot that wouldn't tighten. It was, it wasn't a noose knot. It was a different kind of knot. So the body was then exhumed and examined more closely, and bruises were also found on her abdomen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Nobody picked up on that knot situation.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Away?
They're like barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people of Massachusetts and Rhode Island were primarily what was called Congregationalists at the time. Methodists were kind of a brand new thing in the Northeast. So they had Methodists had started coming over like in the late 1700s during what is called like a second revival of religion in America. Because obviously the 1600s were very intense, Puritans, like all of that religious stuff. But then in the 1700s, along with the rise of the Industrial Revolution, was a wave of secularism. When you have the founding fathers, separation of church and state, and more science focused. Well, then the backlash to that, the pendulum swings, right? And we get the Methodists. But they're rising at the time of the Industrial Revolution and the rise of the mill girls. So what are each of these things? So this is like so fascinating to me. So think of women in America for the most part from like the 1600s, like no freedom, no choices, no autonomy, nothing. Like you grow up, you get married, you have babies, and you die. That's your only life that you get to have as a woman. Well, with the Industrial Revolution, mills needed workers, and mill girls became a new way or a new kind of life for women to have. Well, a bunch of people were like, that's not appropriate. Like, really, like,
the
rebelling
on
against.
That was great. I saw it in my head. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, the life of a mill girl in the early 1800s offered freedom to explore the world, pursue education, female friendship, a livable wage. Like, this is such a huge
Yeah.
like moment for women in this country. And so like the backlash against it became very religious. You have Methodists and people speaking about, you know, speaking and railing against loose women and loose morals and city life. This is where all this talk is coming, where it's
God,
like,
that's
not
cyclical.
American. Yeah.
You know, I just feel like that just keeps happening over and over, because it's like that's the exact same thing people were saying in the 20s, and then it was the same thing people were saying in the 60s. Like,
yeah. And this tension between those who thought girls belonged at home and the advocates of mill work was a constant undercurrent in New England at this time. Critics of the mills emphasized that the sometimes on again, off again nature of the work was bad for women. Like a lot of mills would open up and then close down. And so women would move from like city to city. And also they were railing against the dangers of the city life. But still, mills attracted girls by the thousands who either wanted or needed opportunity. These girls wanted something other than farm life, a husband, or work as a servant. And Sarah Cornell was one of these women. So Sarah has a really interesting backstory in that her mother, Lucretia, was actually the daughter of a very elite, prominent New England family. But Lucretia fell in love with one of her father's employees, James Cornell. And her father was like, we don't approve of this match. This is kind of beneath you or whatever. They end up having 3 kids. Sarah's the baby. And Lucretia kept having to go to her father for money, kept having to go because James was kind of a ne'er-do-well. And finally his father's like, you made your bed, you lie in it. And so then James is like, oh, no more money's coming in? Deuces. And they never saw him again. So Lucretia had to give up her... Yeah, exactly. She had to give up her older 2 kids, kept Sarah because she was still a baby. But eventually Sarah would end up being shipped off to an aunt and raised. But just a very kind of like lonely, unwanted life or childhood. But later in her teens, she apprenticed as a tailor. And in 1820, she moves and works as a tailor for a couple years. Then she works in a cotton mill in Connecticut. She moved often and worked at various mills in Rhode Island, Connecticut. But she'd also often get in trouble. She would have charges of theft and other inappropriate acts for women at that time. So in order to get mill work,
she just like read a book or something, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
burner."
or talk to a man, you're fired.
Witch.
No, but so the way that the mill workers or the mill owners had a truce with like the religious Methodists and Congregationalists at the time is that often they were tied together. They were like, you have to be a member of the Methodist Church to work at this mill, because the mill people wanted to dispel the myth that they were dragging women into impropriety. They had very strict rules of being there. Like you could not exhibit any quote unquote loose behavior. And that could include talking to a man at all. So like you would get fired. And so she did have a lot of those charges. She's a young woman at that time, moving around, making her way downtown, walking fast. You know, she was doing life and talked to boys, and so would get fired. But at the same time, like, because religious, it wasn't just being part of a church. It was so ingrained into community. It was so ingrained in the opportunities and the lifestyle that you had to live. She was trying to make her way into the Methodist congregation. So that's where she eventually, and it's hearsay, whether or not she interviewed and ended up working for a Reverend Ephraim Avery. Supposedly she interviewed to be like a housekeeper for him, but only lasted a couple of weeks because the wife was like, absolutely fucking not. She hugged
this hot piece in here.
She hugged him and put her hands through his hair, and
the
that
wife was
it.
like, absolutely fucking not on my watch.
How we hug.
Get her out. But she still like wrote to Reverend Avery to help her like have a certificate so that she could take to her next job, saying like, I'm a good Methodist, please hire me, kind of thing. That's something they did at the time, as like a letter of recommendation, because Methodist
my
preachers
still used that.
Exactly.
My parents would be like, "Oh, but he's a good Christian, is he?
Is he?
So he cuts lawns well. I okay. I don't know what that has to do with it, but."
So yeah, she was let go after 1 week of service, but like she got the certificate, moved on to a different job. He gave her the certificate. She had not gotten another mill job in that town, but the overseer ended up confronting her with rumors of more loose behavior. She admitted to an illicit relationship, but claimed that she had reformed. The overseer agreed to let Sarah keep her job if she would confess her sins to Reverend Avery.
That's not a Methodist thing. As someone who went to a Methodist church, that is not a Methodist thing to do. Confess your sins.
I have no idea.
You don't have to do that. It's not Catholicism.
But so she does. She writes letters basically confessing all of her sins.
No.
I'm like, don't put it in writing, girl.
Yeah, no. This feels like collateral. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that NXIVM documentary. Don't do it.
Exactly.
So when she did, Avery's unsympathetic. Rather than offering forgiveness, he began the process of a church trial against her. Her confessions to Avery would guarantee that she would be expelled from Methodism for fornication. Before the trial ended, Sarah dips out. She goes to another city. She gets another mill job and attempts to join a Methodist church there. Meanwhile, like the people at the old town go to ask Reverend Avery about her whereabouts. One of the doctors asks because he had been treating her for gonorrhea. And so the reverend's like, hold on, let me add that to her list of sins. So
Jesus.
Yeah. So, and she left without paying the bill. So when the minister from her new place contacts Reverend Avery, which I'm like, why would she even give him as a reference?
Also, baby girl, maybe it's time to leave the region.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like just get
Move
out
on.
of the Northeast.
Yeah.
You gotta
Go pioneer. The West will take you. The West
they
will
sure
love you.
Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure will.
So yeah, when the minister contacts Avery, says, okay, she is guilty of fornication, she is guilty of theft, of lying, and she also has a foul disease. And his letter ends, now if you want her in your church, you may have her.
Okay.
So,
Dude, also, like, people don't have enough to do. Because imagine spending this much time and effort trying to ruin one young woman.
yeah, just being obsessed.
I mean, in the time period, they probably didn't have much else to do.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And speaking of, that is a superb segue. Because they didn't have Netflix or anything else to do, everybody was looking forward to a camp meeting. Methodists would do these huge camp meetings that would last for days. So she left New Hampshire, and after a few stops in Massachusetts, went to live with her sister and brother in Woodstock, Connecticut. She stayed connected to the Methodist Church by attending classes, but didn't try to actually join. And that summer, she attended the big camp meeting where hundreds of people slept in tents and attended 4 days of church services.
So this was like OG Burning Man situation, but Methodist.
This was Christian Coachella, yes.
Yeah.
Christian Coachella. Amazing.
So she was seen there by Reverend Avery, who had since been transferred to Bristol, Rhode Island, and several other Methodist ministers she had known in Lowell. And that fall, she became aware she was pregnant. She told her sister and then related what happened at the camp meeting. She said she had approached Reverend Avery, asking him to return her letters of confession. In her sister's words, this is what she said. They sat down. Some conversations followed about Avery having burned the letters. He said he had not, but would on one condition, and settle the difficulty. At that time, he took hold of her hands and put one onto her bosom. She said she tried to get away from him, but could not. She said he had then had intercourse with her, and they returned to the camp. He promised to destroy the letters on his return to Bristol.
Okay, this is giving... did you ever see The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is giving that guy, the priest, and the way he feels about Esmeralda, where it's just like, I'm just gonna, I'm so attracted to you that I don't know what to do about it, and so I'm just going to ruin you in every way possible.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah,
Horrible.
It's totally given that. Yeah. Her sister also said that Sarah had been unwell, as females are, 8 days before the camp meeting, meaning she was on her period, 8 days before, confirming that the conception had happened there. Sarah was advised by her brother-in-law and his lawyer to move to Rhode Island, where, if necessary, she could sue Avery for support. So Sarah moved to Fall River, Massachusetts, not far from the town of Bristol, where Avery was, where she knew she could get mill work. And she stayed in Fall River until her death on December 20th. So that's the lead up. They have found her body. They've got this evidence. The doctor from the beginning confirms, yes, the married man she told me that she was pregnant by was Reverend Avery. So then Fall River mill workers are like, let's go get this motherfucker. He obviously murdered her. So they get on the ferry. They go across to Bristol, surround his house. It's like 100 people. He's not coming out. He's like, I'm staying here. And they're like big, like vigilante mob, pretty much.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I love it when the people rise up. Isn't that great?
Rise up for the right reasons. Let me tell you, a mob is, there's
of course
good and bad. But basically they can't get him to get out of the house, and eventually the ferry's like, hey, I'm gonna leave and go back across the river, and they're like, okay, and they go. So.
Okay, I feel like they could have done a little more there, but all right.
Yeah,
they tried.
But eventually, like, they are able to persuade the authorities to actually arrest him. So a hearing begins on December 25th, 1832, because Christmas wasn't officially a holiday at that time. And the prosecution brings up like all this evidence to suggest that Sarah Cornell had been murdered. The only thing that for some reason is not allowed in the trial, her sister's testimony is everything, but her telling the doctor that she was pregnant from Avery was not allowed in the trial. So this trial lasts 27 days. Methodists pour so much money into his defense.
That feels like a long trial for that time period.
It's very long.
Usually like pretty short.
Yes, it's very long. It's very, very expensive. And so finally on January 7th, the justices give their opinions. Both agreed there's not enough evidence. And he was acquitted. Wow. So fearing the inevitable negative public reaction, Avery quickly dips. He's out. He goes to New Hampshire. While probably not in physical danger, maybe, Avery correctly assumed that the people of Fall River and Tiverton would not be satisfied with the ruling. And they didn't. They issued another warrant for him on the grounds that he was held and examined outside the county where the crime was committed, which is double jeopardy. I don't know why they tried to try him again, just somewhere different.
Well, did double jeopardy exist back then?
Exactly.
I don't know. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the people of this town because, so often we hear these stories and it's like, a ruined woman, a woman of ill repute, and it's up against a reverend. And so she must have been blah, blah, blah. It's awesome that these people were like, no, that's what his behavior was still so fucked up that this is not okay and we're not going to let it stand. That's great.
Right. Yeah. And I do think that it's also partially because he wasn't just like a reverend. He was a reverend for the Methodists. And the Methodists had this kind of perception of, the rumors were that they were connected with Freemasons, and there was a lot in that time, basically, like Congregationalists were still the majority in that area, and Methodists were kind of the
we got some
outsiders.
vintage Illuminati stuff happening here.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Right.
So the fact that he was like a Methodist and he was like powerful and rich and like it did feel kind of like a working class was like, hey, like fuck you, you can't get away with this kind of thing, which was kind of cool. But
That's a
they
good vibe,
they drove him out of town. The Methodist Church suffered a real brand setback by putting their weight behind him. And so they were like, we're going to put on our own church trial. And it was a total sham. I mean, they drug her name through the mud.
Dude, you got to know when to fold them. You know what I mean? Like, you got to know when to call
Katie
it.
Rogers said.
Yeah, because the Methodist Church is just like, maybe just take the L on this one and then hope it fades away. Don't draw more attention to it by having a church trial.
Yeah, so he was acquitted by the church of the charges of murder and improper connection.
I cannot believe it.
He returns to Bristol, tries to preach, but his congregation is like, nah. And many are opposed to him, not just preaching, but just being there. In general, he was burned in effigy twice, and twice there, and another 4 times in Fall River.
That is incredible. I have to say that was, it must have been a go-to tactic at the time if it happened that many times.
That's amazing.
They were like,
we're
not
doing
that
wife.
That's you.
That enough. Yeah,
that's his wife.
Bring it back.
Yeah. After 1834, Avery was never again stationed in the New England Conference of the Methodist Church. His role gradually diminished, and by 1837, he's dropped from the roster. Avery and his family eventually settled in Lorain County, Ohio, where he died a farmer in 1869.
Oh, boy. Imagine being married to a shitty man in that time period where you're just like, well, guess I'm stuck. I guess I just have to be here with this piece of shit for the rest of my life.
He's probably like, I'm a really sensual lover.
And Sarah Cornell was reburied in Oak Grove Cemetery in Fall River, Massachusetts, which is right near my people, the Hayes, in there. So her gravestone is still there. And it was like national news and brought notoriety to the town of Fall River, Massachusetts, which later this crime would be overshadowed around 59 years later by the murder of Andrew and Abby Borden, which is the other big Fall River crime. But
we're going to have a girls' trip to Fall River, aren't we? Didn't we discuss this?
We have to do
we're going to do a Massachusetts girls' trip. Maybe next fall.
Yeah.
Put it on the books.
Sounds so cool. But yeah, that's the story of the murder of Sarah Maria Cornell. And there's a really cool book that I'm going to check out. It's done by the podcaster. I forget her name. Her name's Kate something. Let me
Kate Winkler Dawson?
Yes.
Is that who it is?
Who does?
Yes. I love Kate Winkler Dawson.
Yeah.
So she wrote a book on this case called The Sinners That Bow, basically connecting this. There is enough evidence, I guess, to connect this with Nathaniel Hawthorne's book, The Scarlet Letter, being slightly influenced by this case. So I've been wanting to check it out.
You should listen to, if you never have, Christina, she's not doing new episodes of this particular podcast anymore, but Tenfold More Wicked
really good.
It's all historical like murders, and each season takes like one old school like case and does like an entire season on that case. So I think the first one is Edward Ruloff, which was a really good one. But yeah, I think you would specifically, I think you would really enjoy it.
I'm going to check out her book. So it's Kate Winkler Dawson. The book is called The Sinners All Bow. 2 authors, 1 murder, and the real Hester Prynne.
Yeah.
That I'm definitely going to check that out. But she's got a lot of books too. All That Is Wicked, the Victorian Hannibal Lecter. I'm like,
that's the one. All That Is Wicked, I think, is the one that her first season is based off of, I think. But definitely give that a listen.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, what are you guys watching this week or reading or doing?
Well, I did start Welcome to Derry, but I started it like late at night whenever I was like I was not ready to be focused on it. It looks freaky. I'm excited to get back into it. That's the one that's like it takes place in the
universe. Okay, yeah.
Derry, Maine, in the It universe. I did watch last night. I watched a movie called A Good Marriage. It has Joan Allen is the lead.
Yeah.
It's a Stephen King book adaptation, but he wrote it. He was inspired by BTK, and like what the fact that the wife never knew anything and stuff.
I love Joan Allen.
Me too. It was it definitely gave kind of like Lifetime movie vibes, but was super, I enjoyed it. You know, it was easy that way. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Cass?
Nice. I actually, because I liked Falling for the Enemy so much, I decided to follow up with the next book in the series, and I can say I did not like it nearly as much.
Dude, Enemies to Lovers is clearly where it's at.
Yeah. So I did start a new book. I'm not quite to the spice yet, but it's actually part of a series that I'd started before, and it's Pretty Rings and Broken Things, and it's by Kat Singleton. I think I spoke about her other book that I'd read, but it's definitely got that kind of enemies to lovers type of forced marriage kind of scenario.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Well, yes, I definitely read your book this week, but this week I was on my own. Eric stayed in LA all this week, so it has been never since I've been like at home by myself. So I was like, I had to like remember the first night again. I'm like, how do I alone again? Okay, this is how I do it.
Once you got your groove back, were you loving it?
Yeah, it was really nice. I have been watching podcasts on YouTube. So I spent one whole night like just watching my favorite podcasts. I need everyone to go watch Amy Poehler's interview with Kate McKinnon. I think God, so
yes,
funny. I was laughing so hard. I like almost peed my pants when she's just Kate McKinnon. I think is one of the most brilliant, underrated female.
I think she's totally underrated.
Yeah. And those that is one podcast that I will say I almost enjoy watching it more than listening to it, and I don't feel that way about most podcasts, especially interview type podcasts. But with that one, I kind of do like to watch them.
Yeah. And good hang with Amy Poehler. Like, yes, it is like, it's become like celebrities on their press junket talking about their latest projects or whatever. But I find it so positive and comfy that it's just it's just a really nice way to spend time It feels like hanging out with Amy Poehler and whoever she has on.
Just hanging out in her living room. Yeah.
Yeah. Her one with Aziz Ansari was pretty good too. If you're a Parks and Rec fan, it was nice to, go down memory lane for Parks and Rec is also another comfy watch for me. So definitely recommend. Well, if you guys have something that we should watch or read, if you have a terrible date story, or if you just want to reach out and say hello, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com. And we love you so much.
Cheers.